What's up, internet? My name's Ori. We are back here once again with another live Big Brother 27 watch party. We are here for BB Comics. Veto competition will take place. Plus, technically, I don't even think we actually know who the HOH is from just the episodes or the nominees. We didn't really see any of that on the last episode. So there's a lot to go over before we get to tomorrow's live eviction. Yes, 3 episodes in a row this week. It's a lot. We got a lot going on. What's up, chat? How are you guys? Cara, Brady, girls, what's up, girls? Cara, Evan, Kirby, Glenn, Tommy, Dandy. Who else we got? Unconscious Zone, Bubco. Who else is up in here? Anybody else? Mickey. I saw Mickey. Travel the World. How are you? Mac, IR Geek, Roshonda. How are you guys? Hopefully you're having a good week. We're in hump day. It's that middle of the week. We're almost there. Ori, my man. Bubco, how are you? Listen, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. We are here live. We do daily live feed updates all season long. First thing in the morning. We've also been doing these watch parties here all through the season. Been a wild ride with all the love and support you guys give me here on the channel. Easiest way to support the channel, just hitting that thumbs up button, hitting that like button. Easiest way, it's free. You hit that little thumbs up button, lets the YouTube algorithm know what we're doing here is a good time and that people maybe should check it out. But you can also support in other ways. You can do things like super chats. I saw something come on through. It was Angela. Angela came on through with a $2 super chat. I think it was with the stickers. I don't think the stickers do an alert. But Angela, thank you so much for coming on in with that. You can also become a member. Your name ends up being green in chat, which I'll be honest, does help it kind of stand out a little bit more in chat. But also you get the Oreo next to your name. And here's kind of a cool little Easter egg with it. The longer you are a member to the channel, the different color the milk changes, right? So the milk, you're getting dunked as the Oreo. And the longer you're a member, you get like blue and then pink and purple. I think eventually you can even get to like gold milk. It's crazy. Tell me you love me. I love all of you. I love everybody here up in chat. BB Comics is my fave. When things die down in the house, they allowed to do fun comps for food, movies, etc. Sometimes they'll give them games later on, like cards, or Jenga. I think they have right now, cornhole. We had John coming on in, become a member to the channel for 2 months now. How many days has it been? 66 days with these buffoons in the house. John, you are right. It has been a crazy time with these. Bondo also coming on in, gifted 5 members to the community. Bondo, you maniac! Starting his own little alliance there. Bondo might be a threat. Bondo's out here forming alliances up in the house. He's got a 5-person alliance. If you just got hooked up by Bondo, make sure you say thank you. Bondo, you madman. You get the Rocky for that. You get the Rocky for that. Like I said, you can do other things like that by becoming a member, gifting memberships, super chats. You can do all that. Never required, always appreciated. You can even do things like hitting up the Ori Fund, help support Oris everywhere. But again, never required, always appreciated. Bondo, you're great for that. Bondo's a legend. Vince told Morgan, tell me you love me. I know, Brandy. That was happening like right as I was recording. Because I was like, these two are just going to keep going on forever. So I was doing the recording, and I think like right as I ended is when he was like, tell me, say it like you mean it. Say it like you mean it. Actually, do you guys want do you want a guest? Do you want a guest to come on to the stream? I think we can have a guest come on to the stream. You guys want a guest to come on stream? Hold on. Tell me you love me, Morgan. Tell me like you mean it. Say it like you mean it, Morgan. Say it like you mean it. It's a me, a Vince. Guest, yes, sure, why not? Look at me when you say it. Yeah, look at me when you say it. Tell me you love me. This it was too funny because this showed up when I was having a frozen pizza. It was having a frozen pizza, and this was on the box. You could like pop it out. Like the whole idea is that you could put on a fake mustache. I was like, that's too perfect. That's too perfect. Maria, yeah, no, I'm not. I don't ban people if they don't disagree. Like, Maria, you're perfectly welcome to say that you think that I am not him. You're more than welcome to say that. But guess what? When you do that here, you don't get banned for it. That's a thing. How about that? Huh? How about that? Good try though. Yeah. Good try. Good. Yeah. Let's talk about the people who ban people because they disagree and say positive things about somebody that they don't like. I'm expecting a brawl between Lauren and Morgan. They might. They've been pulling him back and forth. It's been crazy. Or do you hear Vince's girlfriend Kelsey unfollowed him and lured up to try and get him off the show? I see. Here's the thing, Colin. I don't know where people are all hearing everything. I think I have seen that she unfollowed, but again, am I 100% sure that's his girlfriend and everything? No, I don't know. I'm sure people might have dug into it. The one thing I have seen is she did release a statement where she actually said she hasn't talked to anybody, and anybody who has said they have talked to her has been lying. So whoever's going around saying they're hearing stuff, saying they're talking to her, they're pulling your leg. They're not being honest with you. HB coming on in with the $5 super chat. Ori, my guy, your updates are the best. Ever consider doing off-season videos? Would love to hear your takes on past players and seasons. You the GOAT. We got some things cooking, HB. We got some things. Ori's up to something. Screaming Sicilian Doom Turkey. That is what it was. It was a Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. It was really good. It was the pepperoni one, and it had a lot of pepperoni. Like for a frozen pizza, like usually you get like the frozen pizza and it's like 3 pepperonis to cover the whole thing, right? This thing was covered in pepperonis. I was actually like, okay, that's not bad. This is a fun group, no drama. I would want to see a brawl between them and have Vince officiate. Or he did yeah, I did rank the past winners. I actually did one where I ranked all the players. That was like a 12-hour stream that I did where I literally ranked every single player who ever played Big Brother in North America from BB US and BB Canada. And that was crazy. That was stupid. Someone, I think it was Morrow had an idea that maybe we should do like the winners rankings and we should do a jury ranking, and we rank the house guests in a tier list of who made jury, right? So we go and we say like, all right, where's Rachel rank, right? Who ranks Rachel as an A tier? Who ranks Rachel as a B tier? Who ranks Rachel as a C tier? The catch is what we did last time. We have to come up with good rules. Is chat has a say and they're able to determine. I think we did it with super chats. The one time we did it with the Ori fund, I think the super chats are the easiest way to do it. Because then if like you get like a certain level, it like locks you out even. Because it got to a point people were fighting. And they were moving people from one tier to another. Jag got moved from A tier to S tier to F tier to C tier to A tier. Jag was getting bounced all over the place in that thing, but it was a lot of fun as everybody was fighting over it. Ori, I love you, can't but I can't do both talk and watch at the same time. No worries. I made pulled pork if anybody wants some. Ooh, pulled pork's the best. I've discovered a thin crust Mexican pizza and it's delicious. Ooh. Who do you think's going home in the double eviction? That's the thing, Colin. When is the double eviction going to be? Also, the episode's here. Let me give you guys a sync up.
We're invited to the
We're just getting a recap here of the whole white locust situation.
And they soon learned it would be a terrifying
in yesterday's update. How crazy would a Will blockbuster win be? That would be pretty nuts, because right now it does seem like Will is the most likely to leave at the moment. If Keanu wins the blockbuster, it would more than likely be Will who would leave, and Ashley would end up staying. Which I'm not 100% sure what the best move is there. Probably Will, because again, I think the logic of he's less likely to go up on the block, where Ashley would go up on the block, and at least that's one spot taken up by a lot of different people for the block, and that's less likely to be you. This game should shift between those with good social isolation and terror of losing control. I want Keanu to stay. Still 0 stars in the White Lotus Resort. Will goes home. How crazy would a Will be? I think I was listening to the Rachel interview. Yeah, I saw she did her exit interviews recently. We're just seeing all the recaps still. Nothing big. When do you think that's a good question. When is Zingbot coming, right? Like there's so much that hasn't happened yet. It's not going to be so funny without Rachel, and maybe without Keanu, right? Like I don't know when that's going to be planned. You would imagine would have to be this upcoming like week, right? Like whether even if there's a double, because where are we at? We're at what 8, so we'll be at 7 after this eviction. If it's a double, we'll be at 6. So you would have to think Zingbot would have to be then, right? Unless they do Zingbot like super late and he only going to be zinging like the final like 3. Like, is he only going to zing the final 3 or 4? Man, this is a long recap. Love the BB comics, one of my favorite comps. Excited for the episodes, but still sad. Rachel's gone. Live feeds suck currently. They have grinded to a halt, and what we're actually seeing a lot of is what I was talking about happened last year, where there's not much to really discuss. Once the nominees are made, I feel like there's even less discussion on potentially flipping the vote, because now you have to just wait for the blockbuster. And we've gotten to that point where you get this kind of feeds usually around final 4, final 5 sometimes, if it's really obvious on what's going to take place. But even then, there's always that chance, right? Like you always have something that you're kind of trying to do. But with the blockbuster in play, you can't really do that until you actually know who the final nominees are going to be, whether you're on the block or not. It's just not in your best interest to try and do anything until you know who the final nominees are. Yeah, it's risk averse social versus the risk takers, social outliers. But also, like, it forces people to be more risk averse with the blockbuster. All right, I'll give you guys another sync up here as the episode's actually starting here.
Am
Rachel
at a
just
loss for
walked out.
words.
Everybody's
And
shocked.
as far as I can tell, so is everyone else. This is the biggest twist.
Shocked faces all around. I need to see Vince's zing. He's gonna cry. Hello from Tampa. I want Keanu to win HOH and put Vince, Morgan, and Lauren up. That's what he said his plan would be, Tammy. Tasha, what's up, Tasha? Hey, everyone, I made it tonight. It was a crazy episode last night. That it was. Tyler for America's favorite player. He was only there for 5 minutes, but he should be the favorite player. Oop, Mastermind's back again. Yeah, so he's teasing that his mayhem's just beginning, right? And I guess that's where a lot of them were getting the impression that the White Locust was going to come back and that this wasn't going to be the last time we were going to see this, and maybe on Thursday this happens again. But I don't know if it's going to be that or if it's going to be something else, if it's going to be like, oh, it's the month of mayhem, right, for the mastermind, time for the double eviction, or even time for a triple eviction. I also don't like this. So the way HOH was just done, Lauren's HOH, but the way it was done was fastest person to complete it, which was Lauren. But I guess, right, technically you would have more of an advantage if you go later, because if you just finish in your time, you're gonna have less time anyway. So it really doesn't matter that much, but there's still people that didn't even get to go, right? Like, this is an HOH competition that Keanu didn't compete in, Kelly didn't compete in, Ashley didn't compete in, who else? Will didn't compete in. It's like half the house didn't compete in this. Ava really didn't technically even compete in it because she competed in the first half. And yes, technically they had a shot at the first half with the sliding thing, but technically you wouldn't have been HOH. I don't know. It feels just weird how they did all it. I don't like that aspect of it more than anything else. I don't care who left, right? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it could have been Rachel, it could have been anybody. I don't care, right? I just don't like how they did the structuring of everything. It's not the end of the world, but I don't love it. I don't love it. Oh god. Apparently Ava's flies was down. We've been saying here for a long time, Sonny Bono, yeah. Vince's Cheech. Cheech Marin and Sonny Bono if he had a son. They'll take the feeds away and BB will just become reindeer games. I hope not, Robert. God, more Vince and Morgan. We are Morgan. She was just so hurt that Vince chose Lauren over her. Like, she's just full on crying in the diary room right now. So here's the thing. Paramount was just bought by Skydance, right? And they are the new owners of it. So everything that's been happening with Big Brother up until this season has been from the previous owners, right? So like BB Unlocked and all the decisions they're making even right now with like how the evictions are working and like Rachel's whole eviction and how this all worked and everything, right? This was all made by the previous ownership under you know, the production team of Big Brother, right? Like, the production team hasn't changed, but who owns Paramount has. And that matters because they might actually see Big Brother, as I think Big Brother should be seen, as a very valuable commodity now that streaming is becoming more and more of the norm. I think the live aspect of Big Brother is huge. Huge. And Paramount just invested like 7.7 billion in the UFC, right? I feel like Big Brother is the only live sport like reality show that there is. There is no other reality show that, like, yeah, you can watch Big Brother seasons 5 months, 5 years, 10 years down the line, but you can't experience the live feeds. You can't experience the live feeds the same if you're not living it day in and day out and keeping up with everything, because there's just so much going on and it's a different experience. And I feel like maybe the new ownership, because they did the investment in the UFC for Paramount Plus and the streaming, maybe they realized that, you know, live is the right thing. Sorry, Ori, who bought Paramount? I think it was called Skydance is the company. And they bought him a while ago. It was like a whole merge they were doing, but then there was like some lawsuit with the government that was holding everything up. It was a whole thing. Whole thing. Vince doing his work. I'm telling you, man, honestly, if Vince, if he gets to the final two, deserves this title, man. He has been just spinning his webs. He is just a spider crawling around. He's lanky. I know people call him a weasel, but he wraps you up in his web, man. He's scamming. He's scamming. Can anyone explain to me what the Vince appeal is? I just don't see what these girls see in him. That's the point, Dandy. That's the point. They shouldn't see something in him, but for some reason they do. For some reason they do. And that's what makes a great Big Brother player a great Big Brother player, is there's this X factor to them that you almost can't explain. And it doesn't translate even through the TV screen. You're like, how is this working?
Why do you make it so hard to work with you? I don't understand you. Think of all
the This is bravo for this. This is a funny edit. See, now this is funny. This is funny. This is funny. Just all these little highlights and memories of Keanu and Rachel going back and forth. This is good. What do you mean disrespectful? This is fantastic. And then Keanu just there. Oh, this is so good. Yeah, see, now that was, it went on a little long. I'll say that. It went on a little long, but funny. But funny. The same way WWE pay-per-views go in the ESPN. Exactly, Tommy. Exactly. Vince's two whinies, memories in the corners of my mind. Will, yeah, we going up. No hesitate. Yeah, we going up. Love Will's pink outfit. Saw that clip on YouTube earlier today. Love the Rachel Keanu edit. So good. Oh, Ava standing up for herself. Ava's like, well, she wanted to go do it. She asked to go do it. It's on her fault for not completing it. Oh, man. I'm not crazy about his game, but to play devil's advocate, Vince is not using a strategy here. There have been more than one winner to do. Oh yeah, no, 100%, right? Like, it's not a new strategy, right? This is and that's the thing, right? It is a strategy. Everything he's doing, it's all strategy. And like, is it annoying? Yeah. Is it not everybody's like favorite way that somebody plays? Sure. But to me, it's like he's playing, right? And he's pulling these strings, and he's doing what he can to get to the end, and he's being all about himself at the end of the day. At the end of the day, this isn't like, oh, like I'm on the team of the judges and we're going to run the court, right? Like, this is, I'm on Team Vince, and I will do what I have to do to get to the end. I will lie. I will manipulate whoever I have to, whatever I have to do to get to the end. I will say and do whatever I have to do. It's all about winning. Win, win, win. And I love that. I love that. You just a house full of ravens to pull it off. That's, if you have a house full of ravens, it's much easier to pull off. What's been shocking to me is that people just get kind of emotional about getting betrayed this season, but don't ever cut ties. No ends to alliances or anything. Everyone's just like, why'd you do that? That's a good point, because Keanu, right? Like, he's only finally really starting to kind of draw that line with Vince. Morgan really is doing it, but then they've done it to people who they shouldn't have, right? Like with Jimmy, they cut Jimmy off, Mickey and Morgan, when they shouldn't have done that. There was no reason for them to have done that, but for some reason they were like, yeah, let's cut Jimmy off, and it's like, why are you doing that? Mac coming on in with the $5 super chat. I didn't get a notification for it. I think it's the stickers. I don't think I get the notifications for the stickers, but Mac, thank you so much for the $5 super. You get the Rocky Horns. That's what you get. You get the Rocky Horns. Norma, hello everybody. I'm a little bit late. No worries, Norma. Hope you're doing good. What alliances have they had? There's been a few, right? Like there was the Judges, there was the Melting Pot, there was the Heavy Hitters, but none of them were ever real. And it's been that way for a while now. And I think part of that, right? Here's one of the pros to the Blockbuster and the things like this is it does seem to discourage large alliances because you need so many nominees as an option, right? Sometimes you need 4, sometimes you need even 5. And it's hard to get like a big 6-person alliance together when you have so many nominees you need to put up, right? And when you have like 6 people that are in an alliance, and then you have 5 people that you potentially have to put up, and your numbers are so limited, it makes it like really hard where it's like, actually, you know what? One of the people in my alliances would be way better to put up right now if I wasn't in this dang alliance. So it kind of feels like the Blockbuster really kind of prevents those from really being real and kind of solidifying. So you're seeing these kind of smaller voting blocks form, right? Where maybe it's like 2 people or 3 people being really tight and kind of working together. And also just a lot of people kind of floating, if we're being honest, right? Just kind of going different ways, going wherever they want to go to different people. So it's really been kind of interesting to watch that all go down. Oh gosh, I'm not sure how to say that, but D coming on in with the $20 sticker. I think it's a sticker. You are amazing. Thank you so much, D. That is amazing. You get the Rocky Horns for that too. You get the Rocky Horns for that. In fact, you get 2 Rocky Horns. D, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I appreciate it. Not a leader for sure. I agree. Rachel has won enough. Keanu for America's favorite player. I agree with that as well, AJ. Norma wouldn't be BB without you, 100%. Rumors, the nastiness. I missed it. Who does Ashley's dad work for? Oh, I don't know. Keanu on feeds are missing Rachel a lot. Yeah, they're all missing Rachel. Oh, we're back to the episode. Let me give you guys a sync up.
Everyone should just be themselves. Because even Jimmy, I remember week 1, he was saying how he lived in a super small apartment, but then he said he had an HOA. Yeah. You don't have an HOA on an apartment, baby.
Though I think, yeah, aren't both of them lying? There's just a whole thing about who's got secrets. Who's your favorite winner ever? We did a winners ranking the other day, or not the other day, but a while back. We were talking about it earlier in the stream too, and I don't even remember now, like off the top of my head, who like made it on like the top part. But you're asking favorite, and that's a little different than best. But I think for the most part, this one is kind of one and the same. I think it's Dan, right? Just because Dan is just so he's got like kind of everything you want in a BB player. He's got the theatrics to it. He's strategic with it. He's out there to, you know, play for himself and do everything he can to win the game. He's also done it twice where he's won and then made it to the finals a second time. He didn't win, but the fact that he made it to that far a second time is pretty impressive. Other than that, right, like obviously, like I like Dan, or I like Derek. Will, I think, is actually a little overrated. I think he's a little overrated, if I'm being a little honest, for a player. Like, he's not bad, but also, like, Will would never be able to compete in modern Big Brother. Like, at all. Like, at all. He would be done for in modern Big Brother. I think Andy's a little underrated. I'm trying to think who else was up there as like, oh yeah, these are really good winners. We had Canada in there as well, and I think Dane I think is probably the best Big Brother player of all time, just because he's like got all the right tools. Like, I feel like Dane in BB Canada, like he just had everything you would want. So yeah, Lauren talking about potentially Keanu needing to go. Because especially with Blockbuster, you could potentially win your way all the way to the end. Will plays like AJ Green, no production. Oh no, Bob. Nomination ceremony coming up here. Every other person I can think of in Will's archetype played harder, with the exception of the dude on Paul's season. Here's the thing, though. I actually think Will's been playing, right? Like, Will's a very laid-back, passive player, but he's playing, right? Like, he's making relationships, and it's not a very visible game, right? But it is a game. He's doing stuff, and he's just letting everybody else fight. Everyone loves Will, and everybody sees that, too, and that's one of the reasons why he could potentially go this week, because everyone's like, well, yeah, who's going to put Will on the block? I'm telling you, Will if he gets to the end, Will gets to the final two, he wins. He wins if he gets to the final two. Can't even look at Vince. He would sell his soul. I don't think Norma saw the guest earlier. Norma, do you want to see our guest? Do we have a guest? If we have a guest, Norma. It's a me, Vince. Norma, what do you think of our guest? I had a frozen pizza that had a mustache on it. I was like, come on, that is a full thing. You didn't see it either? Oh, nominations are happening here too. It's been just like a whole thing where it's like, all right, let's move it on. We know like everything that happened, and they're not really showing us anything like good. Let me move that over. Ashley, Morgan, and Will are your nominees on the block as we make our way towards the veto competition, which will be BB Comics. Next commercial break, I have the BB Comics. I can actually pull them up, and we can take a look at them before the actual competition. Will keeps pointing out to Morgan how much time I know, he's such a little troll. He's such a little troll with that. He was like, oh, how dare Vince go over there and play pool right in front of you like that with Lauren. Will does a very subtle game. It's a very subtle game. But it's happening. There's things happening with Will. And it's been like this the whole season. I agree that Will is playing the game just in his own way. I wanted him and Keanu at the end. That would be not a bad final two. I think Will would take it, but I think Keanu would deserve it. Whoever wins this season would be the worst player in all of the winner cast. Ashley, you aren't doing anything. It's one of those things where I think all of them are doing something. That's the one thing, is there's nobody in this house that's not doing anything. Even Ashley, right? Here's the problem with Ashley. I think she overdoes it. Oh, Morgan, full on tears. Full on tears for Morgan. But they're just friends, guys. They're just friends. Hate the game, not the player. Exactly. Will's going to eliminate 3 people in one shot. Ooh, maybe back. Oh my gosh, Morgan. Oh, she's losing the plot. She's losing the plot 100%. He's getting flashbacks. She's getting flashbacks, she said. That takes us to a commercial. Let's take a look here. I'll pull up the BB comics here first, because the way I have these set up, the picture that like somebody put together of all of them, they didn't have Vince included. So I have Vince. We'll start with his here. Vince's comic, The Hard-Boiled Detective. And he was saying how it looked old, it looked withered, like he had seen some shit. So this is Vince's BB comic. Every suspect. Oh, I don't think you guys can see that well. Every suspect is walking on eggshells. So that's Vince. Also a foot. There's a foot. A random foot. Dead body foot. That's Vince's comic. Here is everybody else's comic. And we can zoom in here and check out them here 4 at a time, I guess. Shower Power. We got Ashley. The mastermind rules. And she's kind of spraying it off. Fighting crime and grime. So the good old shower from Ashley, not living that down. The butler for Keanu, putting the ass in assassin. The military man for Will. He's got his orders and they're from his wife. We've got Morgan, right? She's in the morgue. Also has a foot. So Morgan and Vince both have feet. Just a weird little coincidence, I think, that they both have feet. One has a right, one has a left. Maybe there's a foot thing going there. I don't know. Hot Lana, we've got Mickey here. She's going Scorched Earth. Morgan talked about saying that she was scorching her game. Ava Delic, all psychedelic Ava up here. You're never coming back from her trip. Iconica, you got Rachel, bow down to the queen. She does give kind of like a Scarlet Witch vibe to it. BB and Kelly running through the barn. You got all the sheep. You had better PB and Prey. Riley the kid. He's a cowboy. He's not horsing around. I don't know. Base Brawler. Never bring a banana to the bat fight. The Ringer. You got Catherine here with her nose ring. She has no nose for justice. The Bayou Baddie dishing out some Southern harm as she's riding some alligators here for Lauren. And Jesus, Lauren, they really, gosh, put some clothes on. The cheerleader for Zay, Fear the Cheer. We got Mommy Tearist. She's crying, you're dying. For Amy. The Slaying Mantis. He's a real Predator. And there's that little bread wanted poster in the back. And then Cobra Couture. He's in front of a discount clothing mart. And we got Jimmy. He's a snake. Bad fashion hisses him off. Get it? Hisses him off. So that is your BB comics for everybody. We'll see them here in just a bit once the competition starts. Looks like we might be coming back from the episode. They were just doing Survivor and Amazing Race commercials. All of them, those are cool comics this season. Ava is a love child of 2 Woodstock party goers. We're back here. Let me give you a sync up.
How are you?
I already had an assumption that like I was going to be one of the considerations, but it's totally fine. I mean, it is what it is. It's the game.
I know that if Vince wins, he'll take you.
So she would like to have Morgan and Keanu on the block on eviction night. Wacky packages, style artwork. Lauren is good for someone from Louisiana. All the HOHs have been indecisive. Everyone. She's winning cops, not napping. Yeah, it's this late in the game, Morgan, where you gotta win the competitions, right? Like there's no playing around at this point. The competitions matter no matter what. Even if there wasn't a blockbuster, every competition matters from here on out. They're all really important. She's like, yeah, I don't trust her. So why would I trust any deal she's trying to make? Will, he's like, yeah, listen, I get it. We talk, but we don't really talk games. So I get it. Will's is like, I don't really have time for this. Will's just like, I just want to drink my Michelob Ultra. I got more important conversations to have than this. As long as I'm not the target, I don't care. Will's just like, fast forward. All right, what do we got next? I don't like Lauren, Ava, and Kelly trio. They have a lot of control and can really run this end game easily. They potentially could, because here's the thing. Lauren's a good comp player. Kelly's a good comp player. And having 3 votes is a lot. And Ava's just like, yeah, we could put Keanu up, right? Kara, were you? Kara, were you a victim? Were you a victim of a blocking? An unjust blocking, Kara? Oh no! Kara! Keanu's like, we just wouldn't make sense. There's no reason for her to nominate me. And he's kind of right. But also, the fact is, Keanu, you're really good at competitions. So it does make sense. You almost have to take that shot. With Blockbuster in play, you have to just keep taking shots until you lose. How can you tell you're blocked? I think it actually says like you're not allowed to chat. I think that's the only way to actually know. Because if you hide a user on YouTube, I think they're allowed to technically comment on YouTube videos, but like nobody sees it. So like they can enter their comment, it just doesn't show up. But in the YouTube chat, it tells you can't comment. Actually, Bub, where's Bubka? I don't know how it happened. Bubko got accidentally blocked. Bubko like had to reach out to me. He's like, Ori, I don't know what I did. I'm like, I don't know what you did either. I don't know what you did either. But let's fix this. Everybody's just talking about whether or not they would use the veto. I could type, but there was a certain point I realized no one could see. And it didn't show up in the chat below you on the screen. Did I maybe just miss you or had logged off? Ooh, maybe. I don't know. How did you accidentally get blocked? I don't know. It could have been like an accidental like click. Misclick. Don't block me, Brandy. You're getting blocked. That's it. Brandy, you know, the easiest way to get blocked, ask me not to block you. I'm like Ava. If you ask me to do something, I'm going to do the opposite. Brandy, you're getting blocked. It's okay. We got that worked out forever ago now. 100%. Agree. We putting Vince in a cart. But I would like him to ride to the end. Misclick. Yeah, it's just a little misclick. Can we make up a spell to get Kelly out of the game? But she's got moon water. Like what's her face? Glitter Girl. They were making moon water, doing witchcraft. I blocked the guy that used all caps all the time. No, I asked a mod if they blocked someone and I got blocked. Oh no! Speaking of block, I think it's funny how the Houseguest say you're touching my block instead of touching his block. We're touching each other's block, right? Or just the block, right? It's like, to me, it's always just the block. It's not my block. It's not your block. It's just the block. Or you unblock me? No, Tommy. No, you're getting blocked now. You're getting blocked. You're already not blocked. Tommy, you're breaking me here. Hold on. This is like a double negative situation. Man, the carry references go right over their heads. Leave my aunt alone. Actually, a terrible lawyer. Instead of getting Lauren to use the veto on her, Lauren said she wouldn't use the veto. Lauren was making Moonwater also. Yeah. I think the comics were lame. They're not great. There's been better ones. Kelly has plans for those dead bugs. That was such a thing where like she's just Lauren. You got to go find the dead bugs that I hid in the house. Like what? Like Kelly is the kid that when you were a kid, your parents were like, hey, you know, like how you have that friend, that really good friend of yours. Could you maybe not hang out with that friend anymore? Like, listen, I think it's best if you don't hang out with them anymore. They were hiding bugs in our bed. It was weird. Watch everyone. Hi everyone. What's up? Ki Blinks. Ki Blanks. I hollered Ori. I guess Keanu, Will, and Ashley now. Can't even believe I'm rooting for Ashley at this point.
Veto competition.
We're here. We're back. Give you guys a little sync up.
Let's go.
I'm not
Time to
sure
pick
if I
players
want
for
to
veto
backdoor
competition.
Keanu this week, but
It's like we're only picking players for the veto competition. I think we're just a little under halfway. We're over halfway. 90-minute episode, I think, tonight. Moonwater is good for releasing negative energy. No, I'm not into black magic. I'm the opposite side of Kelly. Okay. I like the comics, but haven't seen the episode yet, so kind of hard to see on here. Yeah, they'll be up on the screen here soon, Tasha. I think Kelly's Corey is like Jan Brady's George Glass. Yesterday, Rachel was evicted. Tomorrow, everyone will be evicted. Kelly is scary, like Psycho scary. So we had Ava and Will picked to compete in the veto competition. Well, not Will. Will wasn't picked. Will's already nominated. Vince was picked. Keanu already just telling Vince, like, listen, you win. She's gonna be begging you, bro. Like, she's gonna be all over you to get you to use that veto. If you use it, I'm going up. It was rough. Definitely could use more Bible and less BB right now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Not a leader. Hopefully, you know, things turn around for you. There's always rough things. But sorry to hear that. Not the leader. If you're seeing flying monkeys after the veto, you know Kelly won. Bondo, I don't know, you got down like that. Freak nasty. I don't know what Bondo said. But yes. Time has a way of changing minds. Somebody get security for poor Lauren. Why does Keanu not understand he doesn't have any allies? I know. He's just so delusional. Ashley's got a point, right? Like, it didn't necessarily matter if Ashley or Will were to come off the block. Either one of them coming down would be good for the other because you would be up there against somebody who was a really big target. Bondo said hook him up with Kelly. Oh yeah, Bondo be down. What's up, Ashley? How you doing? I think Keanu is too trusting. Why does Keanu not understand he doesn't have allies? Thing. Morgan's like, wait, what do you mean whatever's meant to happen? I think also maybe, hear me out here, Morgan, maybe these feelings aren't just because Lauren put you on the block, but maybe you're jealous of her and Vince. I'm just putting it out there. Putting it out there. Ori, have you auditioned for BB before? You know, a couple of times here and there, maybe. Ori knows what I like. I also like the Risha stand from BB Can 3. That Bondo is definitely down for some Risha action as well. Can I tell you a secret? Sure. Jealousy doesn't look good on Morgan. Bondo plus Cross. The power of Christ compels you. Also agree, Kara. Lauren is bad at speaking. Secrets are always welcome. Oh no! On me? No. You're my favorite, Mike. Me too. Vince is like, Morgan is fiercely loyal. Morgan is fiercely loyal. Maybe Vince, you're more than just friends. Maybe you're more than just friends. But Vince likes to go out and hang with his friends. The only problem is Lawrence is one of his friends. Morgan doesn't like when Vince goes and hangs out with his friends. Vince goes out to the pool hall. When he comes back, Morgan's just waiting up. Was Lauren there? No, Morgan, Lauren wasn't there. Like, no. It was just like me and like Keanu. Like, Will was there. I think Kelly was there. You don't mind Kelly, right? Like, I know you don't like Kelly, but you don't like care if I hang out with Kelly, right? Lauren wasn't there. Meanwhile, Lauren was totally there. Lauren was 100% there. And they were having a great time. They were having a great time. But Morgan can't know this, or else Vince is sleeping on the couch. Vince is sleeping on the couch if Morgan finds out that Lauren was actually there. Go Birds is confirmed, Eagles, so let's go. You're right, Thunder. Run, Vince, run. They're delusional. Lauren better have security on the finale. Hey, Ori, how was Big Brother tonight? Not too bad, Braxton. Not too bad. It's an episode. We've been more chatting in the chat here than anything else. Vince will cry some more. If Bondo goes missing, we'll know he found Kelly. Meanwhile, who's making final twos with Lauren? Vince might wake up with Stash. Ori, did you reference passions on the morning update today? Or was I hallucinating? No, Cara, I absolutely did. I absolutely referenced passions on today's update. I'm disgusted by Lauren and Morgan drop Vince. He weighs them both down. I wonder what would happen if one day Vince wakes up and his mustache is gone. It might be like Samson, right? Like gets his power from his hair. So if maybe Vince gets his power from the mustache. Yes, or he did. I was very entertained. I really don't understand how they don't see through Ava. It's one of those things where it's always easier from the outside looking in, but sometimes when you're there, it's just this weird like X factor to the way people are in person. And it's a vibe, right? And it doesn't translate through screen well. But you end up trusting them. Morgan, you're 33, jealous of a 23-year-old girl, and the guy is a girlfriend. I'm still holding out hope that Vince is final two, and he comes before jury with no stash and says, applause, bitches. Vince really has two people playing the game, though. 100%, right? He's been balancing both of them, but it's getting harder and harder to balance both of them. The power of the mustache. Muttley, Keanu, would never listen to him without the stash. Shave his stash and Vince will start losing it for no reason. Morgan should shave half of Vince's mustache off while he sleeps. No more like Morgan cutting all of Vince's clothes up. Did you see the camera zoom in on Vince eating Pringles with the mustache? Yeah, they brought that up the other day. God, that was back when they did like facials up in the HOH room. Riley and Mickey I think Mickey was HOH when that was happening. And they were like, I should get like a sponsorship. Vince is 112 pounds of dead weight and 12 is his mustache. Morgan will shave Vince's stash in his sleep as revenge for talking to Lauren. No. Vince running his cat fight could happen between them. We're back here for the episode. BB Comics. You believe I have a what? Getting underway. Vince, the first one on out. You're sick, nasty. You look cool in yellow. I really love your smile. Yeah, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Easiest way to support the channel. Let the YouTube algorithm know what we're doing here is a good time. If you're enjoying this stream, smash that like button. Vince just kind of introducing the comics. Kind of show off here when we get a good shot of the comp area. There's like the board they got to put the stuff on. Here's like a good view. Hit the button, go on the zip line, look at the comics, and find the ones that match. Because there's differences. A real cover from a bootleg. Yeah, Zay was a cheerleader at BYU. I think it was. I don't know, Huda. I don't know if Zingbot's happening or not. It's a good question. Can someone shave off Vince's mustache? These people don't deserve Zingbot. I would love to get to the comics. We're almost there. Vince is doing a lot of preamble here, introducing everything, and then I think we're gonna get like a montage of everybody doing the zip line, and then things are gonna be moving on, and then the episode's gonna finally wrap up. Oh, they got a whole comic book little thingy mabob to go along with it. Vince climbing on up, getting ready to do zip line for the first time. We'll show this off. Oh, there he goes, and going nice and slow too, because that's the thing. You don't want to go too fast. The slower you go, the better, actually. Oh, is he? One, I don't even think he's trying that hard, because I don't think Vince wants to win this, because using it would be a thing where you're putting the whole Lauren and Morgan relationship in the way. Because the real thing here too is how you do this is you want to get them all up, and you want to look at all the comics that you have and see what the difference is in the comics that you have, because you have both of them, right? Like, for example, one will have white text, one will have green text, right? So you want to look and see what those differences are, spot that difference. That way, when you go up on the zip line, you know what you're actually looking for. Oh my, that's the Kenny? There's a little Kenny? I was wondering where the Kenny was. They said Kenny was on there. Oh my goodness. We'll pull up the receipts on this. It's not great quality. It's not great quality, but Kenny is one of the hot dogs. Sweet Kenny K is one of the hot dogs. That is an Easter egg and a half right there on Keanu's. Kenny the hot dog. That is crazy. I was, because they were talking about that on the feeds, and then I saw the comics and I was like, I never saw where Kenny came in. Like, where was Kenny involved? That's funny. They should let Jolene do the roasts. Jolene's really good at them. Usually get a nice interview, and a nice exclusive interview with Zingbot, where he gives me the zings of all the pre-jury every year. And usually that's pretty good too. But yeah, definitely. That's just Zingbot though. That's just Zingbot writing stuff. That's not anybody else doing it. So I don't know if we get Zingbot again to do it, but definitely not anybody else. Definitely not Philly Zingbot. It's definitely not. No. People have said that it sounds like Zingbot has an accent, but I think that's not true. One's grape, one's strawberry. Here's a hot take, chat. What's your favorite jelly? What's your favorite jelly? Is it grape? Is it strawberry? What are you doing on your PB&J? The Hogfather and Little Stanky. Oh, that's an easy difference. Did they do an Easter egg on each person's comic? I don't know if they did one on each comic. But a lot of times there's Easter eggs on them. I like apple. Ooh, apple fluff, raspberry jam. Raspberry jam is really good, Bondo, actually. It's like super tart. That is good. Humboldt? Humboldt? Grape and strawberry. Ooh, Brandy's like, yo, best of both. The best of both. I don't think I've ever had an apple jam. I don't know if I've had an apple jam. Big fan of apple cider. Usually apple butter. I don't think I had an apple butter either. I don't think I had that either. Did they do Easter eggs? I think I answered that already, but if you didn't see, I haven't looked at all of them enough. But they a lot of times will do Easter eggs, but I don't think they did it on every single one. But there might be something hidden on all of them. You need to get on that if you like apple. I'll definitely have to get on that. Apple butter's so good. Could never do orange marmalade. Actually would be me. Habanero jam. Ooh. Habanero jam. That actually sounds interesting. But with peanut butter, I don't know. Because one of my favorite things is apple slices and peanut butter. That's just the bomb. Like there's almost nothing better. That's such a great snack. If Vince somehow wins Big Brother, that's it for me. I will never watch again. He's one of the worst, most pathetic players ever. I mean, Audrey, you might not like it, but you have to admit it's effective. It's effective. Might not be your favorite style, but it's effective. Ashley doing work, only getting the Rachel one wrong. And now she's swapping both of them out. Oh, no. Actually messing this all up. I think the order of the comics would be hard to remember while zipping. It's one of those things where it's going to take you a couple times each time. But what you do is you just get them all kind of lined up first. And you look for what you're actually even looking for. And then you just get like 3 at a time, you know? You get as many as you can. They need a moat in the BB house to hold Vince's tears. If you got a chance to try, I suggest habanero infused honey. Ooh. Been my number one, so I'm sticking with him though. Super spicy. I like a good spicy. Is the episode over? Not yet. We're still in comics. Will's going now. Oh, is that where Will hurt his leg? I don't know if it was on that one or not. I don't know if it was on that one or not. I've had honey butter. Honey butter's really good. I've had like cinnamon butter. But an apple butter, I would imagine, isn't really butter. If when I describe it as like, what's your favorite jam? And you say apple butter, I would assume it's more like a jam than a butter. How about mango habanero barbecue sauce? Now that sounds really good, Otter. That sounds really good. Vince is the best player this season. He's up there. I think he's up there for one of the best ones, right? I think he's doing really well, and he's been in really bad spots, and he's got his way out of it somehow over and over again. The Bayou Baddie, I love it. The honey cuts the heat a bit. It's a nice spice. Ooh. I'll have to give that a shot. Ava on her run. on the BB comics. How many copies? It's just the 2 copies that they gave them, right? I was going to say, did they make it harder with 4 copies? Because that would be insane. Ava doing her thing. Just gliding along. best tickets. You know, what's the thing? So, before Rachel was eliminated, Keanu had mentioned something about Ava needing to shave her armpits. And everyone was like, Keanu! He hates women! But then, now, Rachel got eliminated. And I literally saw a tweet that everyone was liking and retweeting where Janelle was like, Ava needs to shave her armpits. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. Were you guys not making a big stink just the other day? Where's the consistency? I don't care either way, right? I don't care either way. I think you shouldn't judge anybody in that house necessarily. You can laugh in the moment. You can see what they're doing and acknowledge it and be like, yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of silly. But like to like full on be like, they're terrible people now. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And also, by the way, if you disagree, you know what won't happen here? You won't get banned. Oh, Morgan is impressed with herself. Morgan's like, that little body? Ooh. I wonder if Morgan was thinking the whole time, like, I wonder if Vince had a slow time because he was looking at my comic. But what if he was looking at Lauren's comic? But it's working well for him. And when it comes down to it, he saves himself in bad positions and stays in the game. 100%. Vince is like a cockroach. You can't kill him. Can't kill him. Can't kill him. He just stays alive. Morgan's still doing her thing. She's got good speed. Got good speed. She's a moving. Every time she's going, that cape is flapping. There was that comment. Morgan scorched earth. Well, she scorched her game, that's for sure. Morgan needs to shave her mustache. Oh no. Oh no. I ain't shaving for my delivery. And grown hair is a problem when pregnant people need stitches. Oh no. Morgan will forever be jealous of Lauren. Wish they could work together and get Vince out. I want Keanu and Kelly in a final 2. Vince manipulating his way deep in the game. Don't like him or his method, but it's working so far. Right? That's the thing. It's working. Morgan locks in her time. She is excited about it. She is let's going all over the place. Ava might be looking for a pick commercial. Boohoo, Lauren needs to stay away from Morgan. Vince was totally staring at Lauren's comic. Oh no. Oh no. We're in a commercial though. We're in a commercial. Did we see everybody go? I know we saw Will, we saw Ashley, we saw Vince, we saw Morgan, we saw Lauren. Did we see Lauren go? I don't know if we saw Lauren go. We saw Ava. I don't know. Did we see Lauren's run yet? Does anybody remember? Did we see Lauren's run? Because we might still have Lauren's run to go. Just trying to think of like how far we are in the episode. there's still like another like 20 some minutes to go in the episode, so I don't think Lauren's was shown yet. All right, so we still need to do Lauren's run. Then after that, we got, you know, like a little bit of talk of what's gonna happen. And then we got the actual veto ceremony. Yeah, they didn't actually show Will getting hurt, which is kind of surprising. Usually they'll mention it a little bit, but they've been shying away from mentioning injuries that aren't too serious. You know, if they're not too serious, they're like, yeah, we'll just we'll sweep this under the rug. Didn't see Will's injury. Of course, he's not. Morgan did. Awesome in BB Comics. Didn't two of them get hurt? I know a lot of them were all sore. They were all sore. But I know for sure Will hurt his knee. He was all wrapped up and everything. Who knows? Lauren is so forgettable. Will seems to have knee problems all season. I would be rooting for Morgan if she wasn't so up Vince's butt. I would not have the mental capacity to do BB Comics. Will, help, I've fallen and I can't get up, Norma, no! They reached on a lot of them, most notably Adrian. Will's leg and Morgan's arm both injured. And Morgan had a knee thing in the wall as well. This cast is so soft except for Keanu. Vince wants Lauren, but she's not jealous of Morgan. I would keep wondering if Vince will choose Morgan or Lauren if he's put in the position. Honestly, Kelly would be the best choice for the final two. So I keep wondering that too, and it's weird because for the most part, he's almost always went with Morgan in the votes, but at the end, like his loyalty was always to Lauren, right? When it really matters, like in the hamster wheel competition, he chooses Lauren over Morgan. So I don't know what he would actually do in the final two, and I think you're right. Kelly probably would be the best bet. All right, we're back.
You know what
Lauren
I would
doing
do
her
with
run
Veto
here.
this week, but I do know that if I do win it, then I have all the
going.
power.
Getting everybody's comics on up. Lauren's like, who's this hottie? Of course it's Kat. She also loves her comic. He says she wears it with a lot of pride. Interesting. Whoa! Bolivar coming on in with $5 super chat just to encourage Oreos to go green. Become a member and share. It's a fun, all-inclusive option platform. Ori Streams Nation. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, you know, it is a thing. You can go green. You can go green, become a member of the Oreos. Never required, always appreciated. Everybody in the chat is a member of the Oreos. You're just getting dunked if you become a member. But yeah, that's what we try and do here. It's all inclusive, right? Like, I think differing opinions are the best way to have conversations, right? If you disagree with something I say, that's better because then we can have a really interesting conversation. It's all about, you know, not being toxic and so negative about things. That was interesting there. Lauren like waited. She gave time before she locked in. Poor Keanu didn't get to play, but at least he gets to dress up. At least Keanu got to play a little dress up. Getting ready to reveal the results of the competition here to the house. Get this ready as well. In third place with 2032. Ashley in third place with 2032. Morgan's so nervous. Second place with a time of 13:03. So big difference between second and third place. Not even a competition. It was a two hero race. Lauren, second place with 13:03. And she kind of says, right, like, she's like, look, I kind of want to win the veto so that Keanu goes up. But if someone else wins the veto, oops, my hands were tied. I had no other option. 12:34. So not too far ahead. Morgan wins the power of veto. Morgan saving herself from the block by winning the power of veto. Good for Morgan. She wants to be forced to put him up. And listen, it's a good thing. So here's the other thing too, right? A lot of people are like, oh, Lauren doesn't do anything. Honestly, Lauren's also pretty good at this game. Lauren's also been somebody who's been playing the whole time. She's just playing a more passive game. Yeah, she's super indecisive and it's super annoying, but she does make some really good decisions and does actually make some good calls here. Because if you're the HOH in this position, you don't want to win the veto and be the one to make the decision. But if it happens, oh, I'm so sorry. What else was I supposed to do, Keanu? They forced my hand. Right? Morgan has 2 power of vetoes. No HOHs for Morgan. But Lauren has 2 HOHs and a veto. Honestly, the only one who hasn't won a comp is Will. Because Will hasn't won anything yet, right? Ava's even won an HOH. She won like the thing in the white locust. Did Morgan win 2 HOHs? No, I don't. Morgan's never been HOH, but she won 2 vetoes. Or purple and orange are the best. She has no brain. Has Ashley? Yes, Ashley won a veto early on in the season. Ashley won a veto. Everybody else has won something except for Will. Will's the only one. She has no brain. Sorry. That's what I was thinking. Morgan make a late comp run. He is making a little bit of a late comp run, and that's when you want to do it. That's when they matter the most, is late. I'm hoping Keanu doesn't get put on the block and get evicted. I want to see an Ashley HOH. I don't think Lauren gets the credit she deserves. She's done well in the game, in my opinion, and she's not done. I'm kind of with you, Tasha. I think a lot of them are all a little underrated. I think a lot of them don't get the credit they really deserve. And I think some of them get a little bit too much credit, right? But that happens every season. Because there's no one left. I wish Lauren hadn't waited and kept Morgan on the block. Will just wearing them down there. Then he'll strike limping, of course. At least Will got that vacation. That's true. Ain't that the truth? Zach made sure to give him that vacation. Zach got that 10K though. Everybody's making out with something, huh? Everything's coming up great for everybody. These Houseguests are just watching, saying, put some respect on her name. Put some respect on the name. You can also see, guys, we do have Botrix posted all of our socials up there. You can check all those out. You got things like the Ori Fund and Twitter, our Discord. Our Discord's been so much fun hanging out with you guys over there. There's Twitch, which it doesn't look like Twitch is actually working. It looks like maybe I have to fix that command. Never realized that was a thing. Why didn't everybody ever tell me? But you can check out all that stuff. There's also links in the description as well. But if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you're liking this stream, if you're having a good time during this stream, smash that like button. It's the easiest way to support this channel. You can also join the channel. You become a member of the Oreos. But just hitting that thumbs up button, easiest way. You could do things like super chats or even gifted memberships. But again, easiest way, just hitting that thumbs up button, maybe that little thumbs up button, that like button down below. Easiest thing you can do to support the channel. And I really can't thank you guys enough for all the love and support you guys show me here on this channel. It has been amazing. We are getting so close there to 20K here before the end of the season, which is wild. I don't think I could be respectful on Ava's name. Zach was crazy. Kira, I noticed the same thing, but I don't think wait, what is this? I'm lost. I want Ashley to get evicted. The show's ratings can't afford to lose Rachel and Keanu. Will has to start competing now, and I think Keanu doesn't win on Sunday, he will be gone. Kira, I don't I mean, she did it's like, here's the thing though, it's like, right, like at the end of the day, just because you put someone on the block doesn't mean you hate all people that like that person, right? Ava put Vince on the block. Does that mean she hates all people with mustaches? No. They're playing a game. People have to go on the block. There's some people you're going to be closer to in the game than others. Not everything is that deep. Like, Will even know they don't talk game. So why would Will not go on the block? When does Ashley and Lauren ever talk game? So why would Lauren not put her on the block? It's a subconscious thing. But also, Brady, where's Will and Ashley? Where are theirs responsibility in being put on the block in the first place? Why are Will and Ashley not going and talking to Lauren? Just the fact that they don't talk to each other, yeah, maybe it's a subconscious thing, but it works both ways. It works both ways. Keanu's up on the block because he's good at competitions. Who else is going to be good at competitions? Kelly? Oh, guess what? Kelly went and put in the work. She's been putting in work with Lauren. Kelly started doing this weeks ago. Kelly started getting close to Lauren weeks ago. So why would she put Kelly on the block? She's been working with Vince since day one, so why is she going to put Vince on the block? Come on, people. It's very simple. It's not that deep. To be honest, for once, I really don't believe Lauren is targeting people of color and stuff like that. Call me naive, but I don't believe it this time. I don't think it happens most of the time. Most of the time, I think it's been not that way. In fact, the only time it actually was that way was another time, but we don't have to get into that. Angie, that's the thing. It's not bad optics, it's bad reception. The idea that, like, it's so much of a worry all the time, like, I get it. There are a lot of people who have experienced in their life, and anytime they see it possibly being happening, they feel like they have to call it out. But when you see when like the only thing you are, what's the saying, when like everything's a nail when you're a hammer or something like that. What's the saying? Who knows the saying? Somebody help me with this. I haven't been sleeping well. When you're a hammer, everything's a nail, or when you're a nail, everything gets hammered. Maybe we should all just get hammered. I think we should all just get hammered, and then everything we do. I think it would have been better for Lauren to put up Ava. Ava would have been gotten evicted, and Lauren probably lost Keanu's jury vote by putting him up. Possibly, but also Ava's another one that she's been working with, even with the breaking of the bond. They were the Bond girls. They had a relationship even before the bond was a thing. So she's been working with Ava as well since the beginning. And Keanu also, again, since we've been talking with the blockbuster, you got to put him up at some point. Because if you don't start taking shots at him, he's going to win out. Edward coming in with the $2 super chat. Ori, who's your pick to win out of who's left? The one I think would have the ability to pull it off. I think, honestly, the ones I'm, because it's tough. Like, the ones I'm rooting for, I'm rooting for Keanu. I want Keanu to pull it off, right? It'd be awesome if Keanu was able to pull it off, right? But I honestly think Lauren has a really good shot right now. I think Lauren is in a spot where everybody really likes her. I think she's really good at competitions. I think if Lauren can get there to the final two with Kelly, oh, Lauren's got it locked up and she's good to go. And I think Kelly would take Lauren thinking that maybe she could beat Lauren, not realizing that she probably doesn't beat Lauren. But then there are some people that wouldn't necessarily vote Lauren too. So it's still tough to say. It's still tough to say how the jury's gonna see things. I agree. I don't think Lauren is doing that. However, look at season 24, Taylor were targeted. So isn't that much of a wild concept? But like, Gabby, what do you mean though? Look at who she was targeted by. One of them was, it wasn't like she was targeted by like all the guys or all the people that weren't, of a different race or something. Like, people are targeted in the house because guess what, Gabby? And Gabby, I don't mean this as like here's the thing too, guys. Like I said before, it's always one of those things. Like, I always appreciate like other opinions, stuff like that. And we have a good conversation. And sometimes I get passionate about it, but I don't ever mean this as like an attack on you, Gabby. A lot of times it's like you're presenting concept that I think a lot of people have, right? So I'm more just kind of expressing them, right? You're targeted in Big Brother because you're targeted in Big Brother because that's the goal, right? The goal is to get people to not like somebody else so they vote them out, right? Like, it's one of those things where it's like it has nothing to do with anything else other than that. I no clue how to say your first name, and I apologize that, but Mac coming on in with the $10 super chat. This has been the first season. I nonstop watch live feeds, and you're a major part of that journey. What a season. Thank you for your hard work. Well, thank you, Mac, for coming on in with the $10 super chat. I'm glad this was your first season. We were able to get your first season that you were nonstop watching the live feeds and getting you into it, because that's the thing. That's what I think makes Big Brother different than other reality shows. Yeah, you can watch Survivor 10 years from now. You can watch it 5 months from now. You can watch it 5 weeks from now. It's always the same thing. Big Brother, you can watch the episodes 5 years from now, right? You can do that. You can go watch an old season of Big Brother, but there's nothing like watching Big Brother live while the season's going on with the live feeds, following it day in and day out. That is what makes Big Brother what it really is. It's like watching a baseball season take place, right? It's the equivalent of a baseball season to sports, where it's really long. It's a marathon, right? It's an endurance. It's an endurance that you have to get through the season, to get to the end. And there's nothing like living that through day in and day out and watching that all take place. And that's what makes Big Brother Big Brother. That's why I hope the new owners of Paramount see this as an opportunity and hopefully invest a little bit into the product that is the Big Brother live feeds instead of pushing away from it. Keanu pissing everybody off, picking everybody off one by one, like he said, in week 2 would be absolutely epic. It would be kind of crazy. Kelly would be the biggest meme. Lauren is the epitome of indecisiveness. Baseball season, watching only the highlights. Did I miss anything? I know the votes flipped yesterday, but where are they at this point? It's kind of one of those things where Keanu's winning blockbuster really determines a lot of things, right? That's going to be where it's down to who it is. But as of now, it does seem like people are kind of realizing, like, yeah, it might be best to just get out the guy who won't be going up on the block again. Whereas the other one goes up on the block all the time. So it's like, oh, this kind of works. By the way, we're back to the episode here. I didn't give you the sync up. I apologize. Morgan's
Ashley, Will, and I have been.
She's doing her thing. Ooh. If no racism, then why did the... So, like, here's the thing, though, Robert, right? It's not that they felt the need, like, to go on a panic button. It's just that they saw an opportunity to form an alliance that way, right? And listen, if you want to go down that road, right? Like, technically, there's only been one alliance that targeted people of a different race. There's only been one that has publicly said that was their mission statement. Only one. And listen, I don't judge them because at the end of the day, I get it, right? You do what you got to do to get the win. I don't judge it. You do what you do to get the win, right? And that's what they decided to do to get the win. Right? It is what it is. I do judge stuff like Tiffany for not turning on it. I think Tiffany should have turned on it when she had the opportunity, because that would have got her the win, right? Like, I don't like the idea of like doing something for a bigger purpose and like doing something for other people in the game, right? Like, if you're not in there to win it, right? Like, you should be the one in there to win it, not win it for my team, you know? But for the most part, right? Like, the bigger thing was with the cookout was it was the first season where there was actually like not just 2, right? Like, it used to be like 2 people of color max, right? Or like you'd get like maybe 3, right? Because they might throw like somebody who was Asian in there. So it was one of those things where it was kind of the first time that they actually could even form an alliance, right? So it wasn't even necessarily like a panic thing, right? Like, and that's not even on the players. That's more on casting than anything else. That's more on the casting. And it's to me, it's one of those things where I think there are people that have a view on the dynamics of it because of life experiences, and I get it, right? But to me, one of the big things is too, right? Like, because of my life experiences, I'll tell you one thing, right? Like, they always talk about like privilege and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that I actually would line up with that you would line up with a lot more. Like, we would probably line up with a lot of things. There's a lot of things. Because to me, the real issue never is that. Never that. The real issue is rich versus poor. That's always been the issue. There's billionaires and there's not billionaires. And that is what we really should be talking about. But they always try and make us fight with other things. Because they always try and separate us. But really, at the end of the day, there's more that connects us and should be bringing us together than should be dividing us. And that's part of the problem in this world, is that we focus on things that divide us instead of the things that bring us together. We need to focus on the things that bring us together. 100%. 100%. And like, listen, this isn't a new thing. This isn't new, people. All right, we'll go on what, I don't like to get political, but this is old school political. This is old school political. And I want you to see if you see the correlation. Back in the day, there was this guy, I believe his name was William Henry Hearst. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. And when I say back in the day, I mean like back in the day. Like, I'm talking about back when like the Vanderbilts were the big rich family, right? We're not talking about Kardashians. We're talking about like the 20s, 30s, when newspaper was really popular. William Henry Hearst, I believe that was his name. I might be getting that wrong. He owned a newspaper. He owned the newspaper. Guess what they made newspaper out of, people? Trees. Guess what else he also owned? All the trees out in the Pacific Northwest. Like, he owned a bunch of paper mills, right? So he was making it on both ends. He owned giant papers, which were like, you know, the biggest way that people got their news back in the day. And he also owned the trees. He owned both the ways. He sees the means of manufacturing, right? Why this all gets back to what I'm really talking about here and what we've been talking about is this thing came along where it was called the decortifier. And they realized, oh, guess what? You don't need trees to make paper anymore. You can use this thing called hemp. So you know what? William Henry Hearst, he couldn't allow for this to happen, because now if they start using hemp, what happens to all his trees? My trees! We can't lose my trees. So then they went on a very racist campaign that connected hemp to marijuana, and they did all this like go look this up. It is bad stuff that they were printing in the newspaper about why marijuana should be illegal because of all this racist stuff, all because he had to save his tree farm, because if they got rid of his trees, he'd go broke. Now, just think about this for a second. One of the world's richest men at the time owned the largest newspapers that did all the news. And what happens when you're rich and you own where the news comes from? You get to control things. Is there anywhere else where someone individually is very rich and they own one of the largest places where people get news? I wonder if that's happening in this moment today. Is anybody catching on yet? Maybe check out my social medias. All right, that's enough politics. Because my real thing is, I think they're all crooks. They're all crooks. Anyway, that's the end of the episode. We even missed everything that was happening because we went on an Ori rant. Keanu went up on the block. Morgan takes herself down. We already knew that. What is the foundation for Twitter? Geo gets 1,000 points. Geo gets the win. I love this rant preach. Listen, at the end of the day, they all stink. None of them care about us. None of them care about us. Let's all worry about ourselves and try and do the best we can, because that's the real thing. Listen, and right, there was a thing where people were trying to talk about it in the Discord. I try and keep it out of the Discord too, because here's the thing: at the end of the day, I feel like politics really is just one of those things where it just ends up being a whole just mess. Nobody ends up wanting to agree, and it always ends up being toxic. The Charlie Kirk stuff, I saw it. Not really familiar too much with him, right? I stay out of that kind of stuff because I don't bother. I know generally what his deal was. All I'll say, because again, I like to stay out of it, but nobody should be, you know, taken out like that. That is a wild thing that we have in our society. So it's crazy that something like that happens. And just unbelievable, right? No matter who you are, right? Nobody deserves that. So yeah, it was just wild that kind of stuff happens in our society. That's why, like, a lot of times it's like, hey, let's just watch some Big Brother and escape from the craziness of this world. Because at the end of the day, we're all just giant monkeys on a floating marble in the sky that is just full of madness. So it's like, what are we really gonna do? What are we gonna do? But listen, enough rambling, because we got stuff going on for the next few days here. We've got the tomorrow morning's update. We also have tomorrow live eviction. We will be here for a watch party as well. And then we also have Friday morning's live update. Now, the other thing is, as well, we'll probably discuss this a little bit more on Friday, maybe even on tomorrow's live eviction. One of the things I'm thinking about, especially as the feeds start to get a little bit slower, is doing the live updates actually live, and doing them kind of like we do on Fridays. They'd probably even be shorter streams than the Friday stream. The Friday stream would probably be that one where we go really long with the chats. but it could be a thing where all of the updates become live. I'm gonna do some stuff. I'm gonna change some stuff up. I've heard some of the complaints and some of the issues that some people have on the idea, and I think I'm gonna come up with something pretty cool. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. Thank you guys all again so much for watching, all the love, support, you guys coming on in with the super chats, with the gifted memberships. You guys are just too kind, and I can't thank you guys enough. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this stream, if you made it all the way to the end of this stream, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. We'll be back again tomorrow, and I will see you next time.
But you should be, you should be.